What's up, YouTube? Tom Sell here. With Avengers Endgame opening very soon, it's time. I've of course decided to do my top 10 favorite movies of the MCU. Because the MCU's been around since 2008, and the MCU has grown really well. There's seriously not a movie in the MCU that I think is terrible. Like, I even enjoy Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 2. I've really enjoyed the MCU, and they've done some really great stuff over the years. So, that being said, here's my 10 favorite movies of the MCU. Alright, my number 10 favorite will be Ant-Man. I was completely shocked of how great this movie was, because, a movie about where a guy, goes to small size and become like a ant-sized character, and that sounded pretty dumb, to be honest with you. But the movie was awesome. I really thought it was great. Paul Rudd, him as Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, I think is great. Of course, Edgar Wright was supposed to direct this movie, but I guess there was like some creative differences, and they part ways. And instead of Peyton Reed, who did Bring It On and Yes Man and a few other stuff, he came on to direct. And Peyton Reed did a great job. I really love the job that Peyton Reed did with this. And Michael Pena as Louise is maybe one of my favorite characters in the MCU. Like, the way Louise always, tells a story in the Ant-Man movies are just hysterical. I still wish that the MCU could get Michael Pena to just recap the whole MCU. That's seriously something I've always wanted. And yeah, Michael Pena is just great. And also Corey Stowe as Yellow Jacket was great. T.I. was in this. Of course, you had Michael Douglas as Hank Pym. I really enjoyed that, man. And Part 2 is also really great as well. I saw Part 2 maybe about 3 times when it got released last year. Part 2 and Part 1 are so darn great. You know what? If they ever do a Ant-Man 3 and it ends up being as good as 1 and 2, I could probably consider the Ant-Man movies in one of the best trilogies. The Ant-Man movies are really that good, and cannot wait to see Paul Rudd back as Ant-Man in Endgame. So that should be interesting to watch. All right, coming in at number 9 is SpiderMan Homecoming. It was pretty cool to see the MCU go ahead and do their Spider-Man film with Tom Holland. Of course, Tom Holland made his debut in Civil War, and Tom Holland, I think, is a terrific Spider-Man. He has great charisma as the role, and of course, Michael Keaton as the Vulture was great. And Robert Downey Jr., it was pretty cool seeing him in this, but I don't know, at times they made it like to be honest, I still always think that they just got Robert Downey Jr. in this just to make Spider-Man look cool, Yeah, the whole Iron Man, Spider-Man Jr. Thing I didn't really care much for. But other than that, I really love this movie. It's just really fun, and I cannot wait to see Far From Home when that gets released. We're probably going to get a new trailer for Far From Home this week, but who knows. Alright, coming in at number 8 is Thor Ragnarok. I thought this was really fun. Taika Waititi, what he did with this was just great. Kate Blanchett as Hela was amazing. It was cool seeing Anthony Hopkins back as Odin. I think Anthony Hopkins as Odin is just great casting. And also, Taika Waititi's Rock character was pretty cool. Like, the fight scenes with Hulk and Thor was pretty fun to watch. It was pretty cool seeing Hulk in this. I really loved Thor Ragnarok. The movie was really funny. It was fun. It was definitely a great film to watch. And I'll be down to see another Thor movie, but we probably won't get any confirmation about another Thor film until maybe, until probably after Endgame comes out. But Alright, speaking of Thor, my number 7 favorite is the first Thor. Kenneth Branagh did a great job at directing this. Chris Hemsworth, he was born to play Thor. I'm sure there probably could have been other actors who could have played the role maybe better, but Chris Hemsworth, like, I really had no idea who Chris Hemsworth was when I first saw him in Thor. I mean, I saw him pop up in the first Star Trek movie and a few other stuff, but it was pretty much Thor that made me become a Chris Hemsworth fan. And he just plays this role just perfectly. And also, Natalie Portman, I think she was great as Jane Foster. Stellan Skarsgård still lots of scenes. Kat Dennings from Two Broke Girls fame. She's just really funny in the first two Thor movies. And I cannot talk about Thor without talking about Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He is a great villain. You know, Tom Hiddleston plays that role just perfectly. I'd love to see Tom Hiddleston back as Loki again, but I don't know. It'd be cool seeing him back as a role again, but I don't know if we're probably. I think Infinity War was probably his last portray. Oh no! Actually, I take that back. I just remember. We're getting a Loki TV show, which Tom Hiddleston's gonna be back. Never mind. I totally forgot there's the Loki TV show, but anyway. But as I was saying, Thor, the first Thor is I think it's completely underrated. I mean, the movie got released in 2011, and not a whole lot of people have talked about as much. So, if you guys still never seen Thor, it's really great. And not to mention, Thor also introduced us to Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, so there's that too. Alright, coming in at number 6 is Black Panther, which is, of course, the first comic book movie to get an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. And well-deserving, too. It was great. It is fun. Michael B. Jordan was great as Killmonger. Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, a.k.a. Black Panther, was great. Of course, you had Andy Serkis, Martin Freeman, Letitia Wright as a Shuri was a scene stealer in this. I gotta do my top 10 favorite supporting MCU characters, because there's been some really good supporting MCU characters in these films that stole lots of scenes. But anyway, yeah, Black Panther I just really enjoyed, and I cannot wait to see Black Panther 2, because what Ryan Coogler did with Black Panther was just awesome. I mean, it was pretty much the MCU's first film to feature like an all African American cast, and I thought they nailed it. And like I said, I cannot wait for part 2 to come out. I think we're probably going to wait till 2022 or 2021 for it, but hey, hopefully the wait will be worth it, you know? Alright, my number 5 favorite is Captain America Civil War, which of course puts all of our favorite heroes against each other. And it was, of course, the last time we've ever seen Iron Man and Captain America interact with one another. And I mean, I really love Civil War. It was really fun. I mean, it was, of course, the movie that introduced us to Black Panther. It was the movie that introduced us to Tom Holland's SpiderMan. And it was also the first film to have Paul Rudd interact with some of the MCU characters. That was pretty cool to watch. Yeah, Civil War was just awesome. I mean, the tunnel scene was pretty cool to watch. I mean, this movie was just awesome, and also the chemistry between Bucky and Falcon was really funny as well. After seeing them in this, I cannot wait to see that Falcon and Bucky TV show. That's going to be cool to watch. Anyway, yeah, Civil War is it's really awesome. And, of course, the Stan Lee cameo was really great as well. So, yes, definitely watch Civil War before you see Endgame. Alright, my number 4 favorite will be Iron Man, the first film. I mean, the first Iron Man, of course, kicked off the MCU. And Robert Downey Jr., he was born to play this role. You know, he played the role just perfectly. You, of course, had Terrence Howard in this as a Rhodey, and, of course, Don Cheadle replaced him in a couple of like in Iron Man 2 and all, but I would love to have seen what Terrence Howard would look like as War Machine. That would have been cool to see. But anyway, of course, Jon Favreau was the one that directed this. I mean, he was pretty much the one who got the MCU really started, was Jon Favreau. So if you guys want to thank anybody who got the MCU really kicked off, you can thank Jon Favreau for that. And yeah, Iron Man is just awesome. And I know this is not popular to say, but I also like Iron Man 2 and 3. I know lots of people trash on those, but those are actually pretty good. Now my number 3 favorite would be Guardians of the Galaxy. Now this was another pleasant surprise, because when I first heard about them doing this, I was like, really, you're going to do a superhero movie about a talking tree that just says his name and a gun-wielding raccoon? Okay. But then I saw it, and I was blown away by it. What James Gunn did with Guardians of the Galaxy, he nailed the film. And of course, Rocket Raccoon ended up becoming one of my favorite characters in the MCU. Groot is voiced by Vin Diesel, so that was pretty cool here. Of course, you had Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, Michael Rooker as Yondu. Cara Gillian was great. I just love Guardians of the Galaxy. And I also love Part 2 as well. It's pretty much, it's a really fun space adventure film. And James Gunn he directed these movies just perfectly. And I'm really happy that Disney got him back to direct Volume 3. But sadly, probably going to have to wait long for Part 3 because of Suicide Squad 2. But who knows, maybe it'll be worth the wait. Now my number 2 favorite is the first Avengers. This is one of the best movie-going experiences I have ever had in there. I mean, just seeing those superheroes all together side by side for the first time was just awesome to watch. And Tom Hiddleston, of course, was the main bad guy, Loki. I think Tom Hiddleston is one of the best villains in the MCU. You know, he just plays that role perfectly. And of course, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow was great. And the interaction between all the Avengers was pretty cool to watch. I also like the end credit scene that, of course, introduced us to Thanos. Yeah, I mean, the Avengers is just top on. Like, it's definitely amazing. I've seen this movie about maybe 4 times when it got released. It's that terrific, and of course, we've had other Avengers movies after that, and yeah, the Avengers is just, like I said, to me, it was one of the best movie-going experiences I've ever had, and yeah, definitely the best. Now, my number 1 favorite is, of course, another Avengers movie, and that was the last one. My number 1 favorite movie of the MCU is Avengers Infinity War. I mean, The Avengers was a great movie-going experience, but this was an even better movie-going experience. I mean, just watching Thanos on screen was just cool to watch. I mean, I said Loki was the best MCU villain. I might actually have to change that. Maybe Thanos is the best. And, I mean, Josh Brolin, him as Thanos was perfect casting right there. He played that role just perfectly. And it was pretty cool seeing lots of these MCU characters interact with one another. Like, we've seen, I like the interaction between Peter Parker and Star-Lord, where the scene where Star-Lord asks where Peter, I think it was Peter who asked the question, where he asked Star-Lord, is Footloose still the greatest movie ever made? Then I think it was I can't remember which one interacted about food, but yeah. Then of course I think it was Star-Lord that said it never was. I mean, I really like these interactions, and my favorite interaction is maybe Thor and Rocket. Their interaction is, I don't know why, but their interaction kind of turned me up a little. And of course, I also liked some of the other interactions was pretty cool. You know, the scene where Rocket tells Bucky, how much for that arm? Then Bucky says, not for sale. Then, I think it was Rocket that said, how much is for the gun? Then Bucky says, not for sale. Then Rocket asks, how much for the arm? Then, of course, Bucky just walk away. And Rocket says, I'm getting that arm. I mean, the Avengers Infinity War was pretty sad, and all, especially towards the end when, spoiler for Avengers Infinity War, but I mean, the movie got released last April, and I'm pretty sure people have seen Infinity War by now, but of course, Avengers Infinity War, Thanos pretty much dusted the entire population, and man, the scene between with when Peter Parker went, that literally turned me up right there. And I mean, I think Infinity War probably had one of the most saddest endings throughout. But I really like how one thing I really love about these MCU movies is that they always have humor in them. There's always like some dark, and there will be like serious and dark moments and all. But it's pretty cool how they add interpret some comedic timing in their films to spread some like lighter tones. And I always really, that's one thing I always appreciate. I always appreciate about the MCU is the comedic stuff they have, and I'm pretty sure Endgame is gonna have some comedic tone as well. I mean, it'll make sense too, because the directors are the Russo brothers, and they're more known for comedy. So, it'll especially make sense for Infinity War and Endgame to have comedy in there. But anyway, yeah. To me, Infinity War I think it's the best MCU movie, and I'll probably rewatch Infinity War again this week. To get more prepared for Endgame. Yeah. Infinity War's, to me, it's the best. Anyway. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me do the one now. Number 10, AntMan. 9, SpiderMan Homecoming. 8, Thor Ragnarok. 7, Thor. 6, Black Panther. 5, Captain America Civil War. 4, Iron Man. 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. 2, The Avengers. 1, Avengers Infinity War. Now, there's probably a few others I could have added, Doctor Strange is a good one. The Incredible Hulk. Thor the Dark World. Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3. Most recent Captain Marvel is great. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mean, I could go on and on. Let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite movies what are your favorite MCU movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Tom Sells signing off.